Tuesday, so I will be bringing you a Tuesday Talks. Actually, it's Sunday, but when you're seeing this, it's Tuesday, so that's what counts. Tuesday Talks is a Goodreads group created by Janie and Janelle. I'll leave a link in the thing. And I'm here to discuss today, what is your opinion on ghostwriters? Some of you may not know what a ghostwriter is, so I took a little trip over to Wikipedia. I just thought I'd tell you the brief little description that it gives you. A ghostwriter is a writer that authors books, manuscripts, screenplays, scripts, articles and blog posts, stories, reports and white papers, and other texts that are credited to another person. I have to say that when this topic came up and I actually did a little bit of research on it, I didn't know that it was just such a broad spectrum. It wasn't just for books or for television. You learn something new every day, winning on that score. My opinion on ghostwriters or ghostwriting, it doesn't really bother me so long as the ghostwriter gets credited and actually works with the author. I mean, if the author has got something to say but needs help articulating that fact, so they get together with a team of editors and a ghostwriter and all that kind of stuff. And the concept and the story at its heart is that person's. It doesn't really bother me. It's more of a case of when a person just goes, yeah, I want to write a book. They want it to be about this subject and just leaves them to it, doesn't check any of the information, doesn't care, just slaps the name on it and goes, yeah, published. There's another book for me. That I don't agree with, because if you're putting your name to something, you actually want to know what you're putting your name to. The most famous one for me personally, knowing who the person is the Jane Goodall book, Seeds of Hope. Jane Goodall is a primatologist, meaning she works with primates, monkeys, apes, fuzzy things. She's completely world renowned in her field. She actually went and lived with gorillas, and she's like the person that has the most knowledge of the primates that she studied and researched and things. So I would expect a book authored by her to actually not be ghostwritten. But the book itself was completely plagiarised. She commissioned a ghostwriter to actually do the book, sent them on their merry way, and then they basically just took bits of stuff that they'd researched from wherever, but didn't actually change anything. They just blatantly plagiarised the article or the book that they got this reference from, and they didn't even reference it within the book. And Jane Goodall didn't even fact check what she was given. It's like she didn't even read it. She was just like, yeah, stamp my name on it, we're good. And personally, I think that's wrong. Not just because if you're putting your name to something, you should actually know what content is in that. But in the case of that Jane Goodall is an actual researcher, I'm guessing she wouldn't take too kindly to her stuff being plagiarised. And she did state that yes, the people that did get plagiarised should have been put within the book, but that still doesn't make up for the fact of that you sent someone out to write this book, stamped your name on it and said that you did it. That's where I have an issue. Also, with doing the research for this discussion, I found out something. People probably already knew this, but me, clueless. The Nancy Drew series by Caroline Keene, it was ghostwritten by a whole heap of people. And Caroline Keene isn't actually an author, it's a pseudonym for the whole slew of ghostwriters that actually wrote these books. And these writers wrote the Nancy Drew series with the basic template of the Nancy Drew stories, and it had to be in the expected style that they were already in. I didn't know about that to begin with. I was quite shocked because I've loved the Nancy Drew stories for years and years and years. Yeah, I still enjoy the Nancy Drew stories, and it doesn't take away from the stories the fact that they were ghostwritten or that Caroline Keene isn't actually a real person. There's my opinion on that with, like, you know, something that I didn't know was ghostwritten. Loved it from being young, still love them now, honestly couldn't care less. Bringing things a little bit more up to date, James Patterson is also very famous for using a ghostwriter, but he will actually credit the ghostwriter, like say it was like co-wrote by. And to be honest, I don't know how much involvement James Patterson and the co-writer, a ghostwriter, whatever, had together to get this book written and published. But James Patterson openly admits it. It's not one of those things that's kept a big, dark secret, which is good. The most recent that I know of was the whole controversy with Zoe Suggs' book Girl Online. She's Zoella here on YouTube. And there was a whole hoo-ha with that of like, you know, oh my god, this book is ghostwritten, after it had sold millions. I read Girl Online well before the whole controversy hit. I had no clue that it was ghostwritten, but when the fit hit the shan, I wasn't really that surprised. Not the fact that I don't think she could write a book, or she couldn't write a book that I enjoyed. It was a funny, sweet, fast-paced, contemporary. It just flew by and I quite enjoyed it. I picked it up because it had her name on it, and I was intrigued to see what this book was about. And most of the time, that's why we go and get books. It's written by someone we know. So you're like, I like this person's writing. I will buy this and take it home and read it. And then for it to come out later that it was ghostwritten, a lot of people feel like they've been lied to, because obviously someone's got the name on this and it's not even done by them. So you're like, well, what the hell? So I understand all the controversy and backlash that actually kicks up over these things. I have read a grand total of 3 autobiographies in my life. I have read Cash, Johnny Cash, but I know that was ghostwritten, because obviously he passed away. I read Felicia Day's memoir and Carrie Fletcher's book, All That I Know Now. They're the only 3 memoirs by celebrities that I've read. I know that there is a whole slew of autobiographies by all the celebrities, all those people that have far too much money. I'm just guessing 9 times out of 10 they actually employ a ghostwriter to write their story, their memoir. And with that, I see it as kind of different, because if you're a celebrity, pop star, rock star, whatever, it's like you do a lot of crap in your life. It's like, yes, I say they have far too much money, but you know, they do. They work at it. They really have busy lives, and they have done a lot of shit. The one that's sticking out in my mind is Lemmy from Motorhead or Ozzy Osbourne. They have done so much stuff in their life. They have done so many narcotics in their life that they can't remember it all. And I see it as the ghostwriters basically interviewing said celebrity and just being like, okay, so what happened in this part of your life? And they're actually talking with that person, and then the ghostwriters writing it down, because obviously you need the person's input to actually make it a decent story and make it true. I've only read 3 autobiographies. I'm not really well versed in that subject to talk about it, but that's how I see it in my head. But to wrap it all up, I have to say, for the most part, I don't care so long as the ghostwriter gets credit and actually works with the person that is putting their name on the book. So that's my thoughts on today's Tuesday Talks. If you like this video, give it a thumb. Please comment down below, tell me what you think about ghostwriters, if they anger the hell out of you, or if you're not bothered. Let me know, I want to know. And don't forget to subscribe. As always, the shirt I'm wearing today is this one. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye. Hello. Uh-oh. Fudge bunnies. A Goodreads. Whew, thinking too hard. I started reading them again when I was in my early 20s as well. Or was it late 20s? Too many years have passed. Huh. Anyway, thought I'd throw that in there. Mamma mia. Oh, here we go. Vera's making an appearance. Hello. Pada beret, pada beret. Me back. Look at the camera. Ow. Doing some research on it. By I mean me, Christopher. So technically, he's ghostwritten this.